Hi everybody, Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me, and this is what I'm making today. Today's card is very quick and easy. Now I know I am usually the queen of elaborate. There's usually some kind of technique going on, but today it's just an ordinary card with a bit of stamping, a bit of heat embossing and a bit of sticking things down. Stay with me and I'll show you what I did. I'm going to be working directly onto this. This is one of the Memories and More note cards, and you get a mixed pack of the large size, which fits the large Memories and More cards, and the small ones, which strangely enough fits the small ones. So what I've done is I've got a 3, 2, 1 start again. I'm going to work directly onto my card base. I'm taking one of the Memories and More note cards. This is the large size, which fits the large Memories and More cards exactly, and it also comes with the small size, which fit the small ones, and they come with envelopes to fit. So they're a very handy way of having a supply of card bases. And I've got a piece of grid paper, a bit of scrap paper will do, and I've just put it in between the two bits of my card, and I'm holding it down on my stamp apparatus with the magnet. So far so good. Alright, now I'm going to be heat embossing. So I have my embossing buddy, which has got an anti-static powder in it, and I'm going to place the stamp of the lighthouse where I want it, and I've also got the little birds flying, the little gulls. So let's have those there. And just going to play around with the placement just a little bit, and once I'm happy with it, pick it up on the plate of my stamp apparatus. Now if you don't have a stamp apparatus or something similar, of course you can use an acrylic block. It'll just be a little bit more work for you. And now I'm inking up the stamps with Versamark, which is a nice sticky embossing ink, and I'm going to press down firmly on my stamps and just keep the pressure there just for a few seconds for the ink to transfer. Pick that up now. You can't really see anything on camera, but if I tilt my head and look off to one side, I can see that I have got a clear stamped impression there. It's going to be white on white for a bit, which isn't terribly exciting visually. And I have white embossing powder. I decant mine into a little plastic pot. I think this is about, well, it started off as being 2 pots worth. It's a bit less than that now, because obviously I've used some, but it lasts me for a very long time, for ages and ages, as we say hereabouts. Okay, so I'm just looking to see if there are any stray pieces of embossing powder. This should really be a small brush, but a large brush is what I had handy. So there you go. Right, heat embossing. I've got my embossing gun. The Stampin' Up one has 2 speeds. I need it to be on the higher speed. I'm going to switch it on, give it a few seconds to warm up because it works better, and I like to emboss from underneath. I'm going to turn the sound down, speed this up, see you when it's all done. Okay, well that is visually exciting. Can you just about catch it there? What has happened is that the heat melts the powder. You know when it's melted when it goes all shiny, if you've never done this before. And I'm just going to give this a couple of seconds to cool down, and then I'm going to start inking my background. Here is my stamped and embossed image, which I realise you can't really see. I've got a makeup brush, and I have some Seaside Spray ink, which I'm picking up on the makeup brush. You can do this just as easily with a sponge or an ink duster brush. I'm just taking off some of the ink on my piece of scrap paper, which I've put between the front and the back of my card to keep everything clean. And now I hope that when I brush over where I stamped with the lighthouse, it will begin to appear as if by magic. Oops. See, that's why you tap off, because you don't want big blots of colour, but it's okay. I think I'm going to get away with it and just keep blending. I want a little bit more colour here, I think. A little bit more up here. And now I'm going to step away from the card. Okay. So one more thing, piece of paper towel, and I'm just buffing over the embossing, and if any of my ink has stuck to the top, this will take it away. And actually, if you look at the cloth, that is pretty clean. I've decided I want a bit of a deeper coloured towards the bottom of the card here, so I've got some Night of Navy. I'm using the same brush that I was before, and I'm just deepening up that colour and spreading it out a bit, just to make the base of the lighthouse stand out a little bit more. I'll just bring that across. Okay, what's with the excess? And I'm ready to move on to the next stage. I want to keep this very, very simple, and I thought about doing some more stamping and some die cutting out of images, but I really, really want to keep this as quick and simple as possible. So I got this, and this came with the Memories and More Come Sail Away card pack, and you get 4 sheets of stickers, so two of two different kinds, and I thought the Celebrate Today on this particular sheet was going to be absolutely perfect. So let me start with today, I think. Come on. Oops, excuse me. So let's put that where I want it. I want it partly covering up the lighthouse, but not too much. And I'm trying to keep it straight. So I'm not very good at straight. So I'm just kind of lightly placing that down, so that if I need to, I can pick it up and move it. And now I'm going to get the Celebrate. So this could be a card for almost any occasion. You know, anytime you've got something to celebrate, or even if you just want to have a nice day. Okay, so I'm pressing this down with my bit of paper so I don't get my inky fingers all over it, because look, yeah, inky fingers. And you know what? That's done. That is it. Simple as that. And there it is. That is the finished card. Now it's a bit of a departure from my usual style, but do you know what? I'm quite pleased with that. And because I used one of the pre-cut note cards, all I'd have to do with that now is write a message inside, stick it in an envelope, and give it to the recipient. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. Come back and see me sometime again soon, won't you? I'd love to see you. But for now, bye bye.